haven't uploaded in a while. So, I wanted to do something, because I'm basically running out of ideas. So I'm gonna show you some of my some characters I've used, and some puppets that I've either made or just found. So here we go. This is one that I don't think I've used yet, and I named him the eye camera. It's supposed to be a camera, but I put googly eyes in the lenses. I might use him, I don't know. And we have we got this little alligator guy. I used him in a couple videos as different characters. So he doesn't really have a definitive name. Though I do remember he was supposed to be like one of Springtrap's henchmen when I first got him. He was like a Springlock alligator, I think. I think his name was Springcroc or something. Then we have this balloon boy thing that I used. I used him in a couple of my stop motions, specifically the captivity creatures. Yep, he exists. And there's the frog roach. The frog roach I don't think I've used either. Oh yeah, he was also in the captivity creatures. He was like he's supposed to be like a hybrid monster between a cockroach and a frog, and this is what he looks like. So, his arm's a little broken here, and one of his antennas bent, but overall he did pretty nice. He did pretty good. Oh yeah, and we got the little salt crystals coming out of his back. Then there's Wobbuffet. I don't think you can see it, but I drew little X's over his eyes, if you can even see it. I don't think I've used him in a video either. I'll plan on it though. Of course, then there's Johnny Dingleberry, my paper mache puppet. Remember Johnny Dingleberry? I'm thinking about using him again. So yeah, Johnny Dingleberry. He's not really a forgotten character. He's just been sort of hanging around my house. Same goes for this like anemone guy that I used in the two of the Foxy's Adventures episodes. Based him off of an old demon design, who was literally just a sea anemone with a face. Let's see. Oh yeah, this is one I don't think I've used either. I would have used him in that one Foxy's Adventures episode where Bonnie gets a job at Area 53. He was supposed to be one of the aliens, but I couldn't find him, so I just kind of gave up on him. Little Mantis finger puppet. He is a very old toy, and I mainly used him as an extraterrestrial due to that face, and also because insectoid aliens are kind of neat looking. So yeah, I haven't used him as far as I know in any of my videos, and I might sooner or later. Also got the zombie puppet, which I have used in a lot of, well, not a lot, but some of my videos. If you can remember, he's this guy right here. So his arms are a bit wobbly and kind of crooked. He seems to be kind of falling apart here. He's a little dirty. His teeth are way more jagged and messed up than they used to be. And his eye keeps on falling off of his dangly optic nerve here going on. Like, the eye just keeps on falling off, so I end up having to, like, haphazardly tape it back. We got Gladys, who was supposed to be Dr. Drossert's, like, assistant, who used to be his wife, but then after she died, he tried reconstructing her, turned her into this biomechanical skeleton fish thing. She's missing an arm, but she's doing fine. Then we got this unicorn. When I first got it, I named it Cody. I don't know why. Spooky. Then we got Mangle. She is the puppet I used is a Snuggle-Uppet. What exactly that is a puppet mixed with a blanket. Yep. And I've used her as a character ever since then. She's just been, Mangle from Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Because, that makes sense. Some of these aren't really old characters. I mean, the toys are old, or even just characters I haven't used in a while, but they are fairly recent. We got this bird character. Don't remember what his name was. Originally, he was Mayor Mayhem. He was supposed to be the mayor of the Neverworld. He was like this bird guy who didn't know what the heck was going on. Then he was Jeffrey Beaky. He was this bird who had like murderous intent for everything. And now I have no idea who he's supposed to be. He's just a bird. A little parrot. Oh. Then we got this balloon. I used him in one of the other Foxy's Adventures episode. It was a really old one where Henry, one of the characters, he was like a human who hated Foxy because, demons. He had his own job doing this like Ghostbuster type stuff, and he had a run-in with the Sandman who would turn people's nightmares into reality. And this was one of the nightmares. It was literally just a spooky balloon. Originally, this guy was supposed to be used in a Plants vs. Zombies plush video as, the zombie that has the balloon tied to it. Because, the face is pretty, it looks like it. But it has been slowly deflating. Kind of sad to see. And also, I can't think of any other ideas for my Plants vs. Zombies plush videos. Plus, those videos don't do very well because they aren't very good. But, he exists. And that's all that matters, I guess. But yeah, then we have this paper mache ghost face that I made for a stop motion I did about, about my house being haunted. Oh, goody, isn't he beautiful? Just look, isn't that just a nice little kissy face? So, how exactly I drew this face is I used pencil, like different shades, like I would do little light shades and then big scribbles. Same with pen, and then I used Sharpie for the highlights to make his eyes and mouth look like dark holes. And that's what it looks like now. I have this guy lying around my house with Johnny Dingleberry. He's a good boy. And then we have one that I don't think I've used ever in any of my videos, but I do remember him being an old character I used to play with. He was called The Weird Thing. The Weird Thing was a monster that it was unknown whether he was just a hand or if he was attached to something, but he was in this tiny box that was originally a shoebox that was apparently cursed, and it costs $5,708. Why would you pay that much money for a cursed box with a possibly dangerous demon inside of it? I have no idea. But it says do not touch the box. Also, the box has a creepy monster face and a bunch of weird symbols on it and a bunch of holes and rips in it to make it more of a spooky type of thing. And on the inside it has even more holes and more scary faces and even a picture I drew of Foxy. Yep. If you can see any of that, there you go. Let's see, is there anything else around? Nope. And then we move on to the actual puppet inside itself, which is literally just a Halloween prop that I bought like a bunch of years ago. Don't remember where, but it was when I used to live in Salinas. But is a creepy, ghostly bear hand, I guess. And he would come out of the box, and much like Thing from the Addams Family, he had a similar role. How he would mostly just help you out with certain things or make things worse. He was I think he's more of a mischievous helper than anything. Kind of like the Cheshire Cat. But he doesn't say much, and actually I made a joke that the paws right here, the little beans right there, that those were his eyes and this was his mouth. Which, the more I think about it, makes this more of a creepy monster. Like, can you just imagine a creepy, like, disembodied, ghostly bear hand with its face on the palm of its hand? And it just comes out of a cursed box and does things. I think I might use him. I'm gonna use this. I have used this bear hand, but I haven't used this specific character for the bear hand, if that makes any sense. So, yeah, those are about all of the older or newer puppets that I just sort of don't use or do use. It's just they have origin stories to them. So, yeah. I think I'm going to use... Oh, wait, I forgot about one last one. Percy the Flesh Plant. Yep, this is a thing. See, I used a doll eye. He's missing one other one. I don't know where that went. Also, his, you can see the metal right there that's keeping it up. Fell apart. Overall, this guy ain't aging too well. He used to be in a little Play-Doh pot that I filled with dirt. That fell over. You can imagine how great that went. And actually, he was a character I was going to use for a while because I actually had him as a drawing in my notebook that I got from I think 2020 or 2021. But my dad bought me this notebook and I drew a bunch of old characters in it. And even just like parodies of pre-existing characters. This is the character I was going to make out of Play-Doh and he would be stuck to the wall, but I didn't have the right ones for it. Mr. Facewall. He was originally going to be a character I would play, but I didn't get to it. Then we got Mr. Skeleton with Organs. Now, what he was supposed to be is the skit would be that I just walk around my house, and then all of a sudden the skeleton with organs and facial features is in my house. And then as he starts hurting himself, it hurts me, like he's a living voodoo doll. And then eventually, he dies, and then I die. Man, sounds really dark, doesn't it? Actually, believe it or not, this was supposed to be a comedy skit. Did I mention I have a dark sense of humor? Anyways, this is Mr. Skeleton. I had a giant skeleton that I used to use a lot. But then his arms fell off, one of his legs fell off, then the other leg fell off, and then his skull broke in half. So no more of Mr. Skeleton unless I get someone to fix it. Let's see. Just have a lot of other... Should I just show you some of the drawings I have in this sketchbook? I drew this picture of Pac-Man. Yep. I drew a lot of really weird parody art in this. Instead of, drawing my own characters. Like, I drew this of Mario and Luigi. Yeah, he's strangling him. Dark sense of humor. I think around 2020 or 2019, I think it was 2019 when my artwork got way more grotesque and messed up. It got a lot more detailed and a lot more messed up. But I usually just stick to stick figures, but recently I've been trying to draw like full-on, like full-body characters. This is also another character I was going to play as, the interdimensional salesman. I was just going to put some like tube cleaner antennas on my head and paper tooth. this is what he looked like. I was also going to wear a little tie. Couldn't get around to it. Although I think I'll use this character in a different sort of way, but not in the same vein. I have no idea what exactly this was supposed to be, but Jake and his imaginary friend. This thing is his imaginary friend. That's him all the way down there. I have no idea how I was going to pull this one off, so I guess I just never used him. Oh yeah, then we got Meat Creature. I made him out of Play-Doh and doll eyes. Don't exactly know where he went. I think he fell apart and died. But Meat Creature was going to be a little companion I had, because a lot of my companions are, well, you know, this, or this. So, yeah. So this is Meat Creature. Look at that little guy. Look at that little guy. Hey, you know, don't you want to pet that little guy on his meaty little head? No. Let's see here. What else we got here? I'm gonna skip a lot of the parody art, because that's not important right now. Man, this entire sketchbook is just filled with parody art. It's just a bunch of really weird... Oh yeah, Cup Snake. Cup Snake was gonna be a strange little food animal hybrid. This is the Cup Snake. Cup Snake. Cup Snake. Look at that guy. Now, I asked my mom to do a redrawing of Cup Snake, and she did, but I need to find it. Oh yeah, here are two other, like, skits I was gonna do. Space Prison, where there's this space pirate who was more of an insectoid. He was originally actually just gonna be this, but with a little paper pirate hat on there, which honestly sounds adorable to me. We have the Arts and Craftsman. Oh, Mr. Arts and Crafts. He was gonna be another character I play as, where I was gonna wear a blue jacket and cover it with tape, Legos, pipe cleaner, paper, googly eyes, a pencil, clay, and a drawing of an alien. And he was supposed to help me out with, like, drawings, but he would do it incorrectly all the time. Ah, here we go! Here's the flesh plant. This is the original drawing of the flesh plant. Yeah. Isn't it beautiful? See, it used to have an eye right there near its booty. You see the eyeball right there? Yeah, I guess that eyeball went missing. Yeah. Yep, that's the thing. Now, I'm gonna skip the rest of the stuff I made, because I'm never gonna use these probably, and if I do, no spoilers. Except for the other stuff I make, just to surprise you. Let's see here. What's the one that my mom did here? God, it's all parody art. I hate it. I mean, I don't hate it, but I hate it. Oh yeah, Harvey the Heart. Harvey the Heart was going to be another character where I would get a fake heart and put eyes and a mouth on it, and he would just kind of be there. Don't exactly know what he was even supposed to do. Let's see, what else we got here? Just a lot of more parody art. Oh yeah, Lenny the Glass of Lemonade. He was also another character that I was gonna use. He was actually, I actually made him in real life. I made him into a puppet, but then he fell apart and never used him. Poor little guy. Short-lived. Lenny the Glass of Lemonade. That's the original drawing. Yeah, I made this in real life, but then he died, essentially. Poor little guy. Your legend will live on in my heart. My black, empty, but also big heart. You're a beautiful boy. I'm crying now. Let's see here. Oh yeah, Mailbox Monster. Another character I made. It was a cardboard box, with a stick attached to it that I would stick in the ground. And my arm was coming out of a hole, but with a little black glove on it to make it look like a shadowy, creepy hand. Yeah, he was also another short-lived character. Poor guy. He never saw the light of day. Then we have Mr. Mail and Snail Mail. Two puppets that I also made, but haven't ever used, and I also can't find them. So, Mr. Mail was very happy and energetic and would always eat vegetables. While Snail Mail was very lazy, lethargic, very depressed, and would always drink coffee, which would inevitably make him more tired. So he would never do anything on time. That's him right there. Let's see. Yeah, I made this with Play-Doh too, and then I actually got a real rock and then put googly eyes on it. Freddy's pet rock. Freddy had a pet rock, which was literally just a rock with googly eyes on it. And one time, I don't know which exact character did this, but he knocked it off the table and it broke. And then Freddy got really mad over it. Freddy, come on. Oh yeah, Tommy the Toaster, he was also a character. He was literally just a toaster that would get mad at them for not eating toast. Yep. Oh yeah, then we got Tooth Fairies. These are not the Tooth Fairies you think, obviously, because I came up with it. Ah! So yeah, Oh, here we go. So my mom did a redesign of the cup snake. She did a very good job. I like it. Nice. Yeah, so I just showed her the picture of the cup snake and she drew her own interpretation of it. It's good. I love it. Then we got a bunch of SCP drawings here. Some more SCP drawings. And then we got an anglerfish with spider legs. Oh yeah. Remember the Mr. Egg series? There was a character named Fritz, and this was the original drawing of him. I did not know he was supposed to have hair. So, I might incorporate that later on, but probably not, because I'm too lazy. And that's everything in my sketchbook, and those are all the puppets that I can find. So, I hope you enjoyed, and for the love of God, don't bother me once I come back. Now, also, if you see any of these characters used, don't be surprised, because I literally just showed you to them, so these are all my little nightmares over here. We got all of our little demons here. Here to haunt your dreams for years to come. Yay! Yep. That was it.